we take our statement as the CSOs that we have our commitment on matters of climate change and climate finance, and as we frame our issues, we want to bring to the attention of our negotiators in this country that we call for climate mechanisms for the new collective and quantified goals of 2019, that we need to address matters of climate finance, we need to address the climate structure, and we need to address adaptation financing. Also, through our locally led climate actions, we need our government to stand strong in our position for COP29. COP29 that will happen in Azerbaijan is a COP of climate finance. For over a decade, the developed countries have called for matters of addressing loss and damage. Africa is a continent of special needs and special circumstances, and therefore we call that we want adaptation and the global goals of adaptation to be addressed. We want to strengthen our national determined contributions so that we can be able to address our matters of climate change. We want our government, as they negotiate, they transform our food systems and agriculture as our need. We also want to accelerate adoption of renewable energy and energy efficiency. As again we call for this, we call for doubling of adaptation finance and responses to mitigation measures on just transition. Ladies and gentlemen, as we call for our voices as the CSOs, on 11th to 22nd, all the nations are going for COP29. COP29 is a COP of finance. In COP27, loss and damage was addressed, and a legal framework on matters of addressing climate finance were agreed. But we call that this has not flown down to governments and to the local communities. In 2023, in COP28, matters of new collective goals on adaptation were raised, and we raised this again to COP29. As a matter of acceleration, we need our global climate governance and transparency to be considered for us to have an inclusive process of including all the members into our decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, as we finish on matters of climate finance, our country is currently implementing locally led climate action finance through FLOCA, and we call that the amount that has gone to the county governments can be traced, and matters of accountability can be called for us to have climate finance flow to our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, as we call for this is a campaign of Keep Your Promise campaign, and we want to hold our governments accountable for the matters of the commitments that they've made. It is no longer $100 billion that we are calling as climate finance. Our needs are beyond $100 billion. We need the new collective and quantified goals on adaptation to be addressed, and with immediate effect, that Africa, as a continent of special needs and special circumstances, is far much behind of whatever they are addressing as our climate finance. Thank you.